Welcome to a journey through the turbulent history between two Southeast Asian countries, Thailand and Cambodia. For more than 1,000 years, from the height of the Angkor Empire to the modern-day dispute over the Preah Vihear Temple, the two countries have experienced many confrontations, conflicts, and reconciliations. This video will take you through historical periods, clarifying the origins of the conflicts and the impact on the relationship between the two countries today. Thailand, abbreviated as Thai, officially the Kingdom of Thailand, is a country in Southeast Asia, bordered to the north by Laos and Myanmar, to the east by Laos and Cambodia, to the south by the Gulf of Thailand and Malaysia, to the west by Myanmar and the Andaman Sea. Thailand's territorial waters in the southeast border Vietnam's territorial waters in the Gulf of Thailand, and to the southwest by Indonesia and India's territorial waters across the Andaman Sea. According to Thai historical records, the Thai people originated from the Altai Mountains, northeast of Sichuan Province, China, 4,500 years ago, and then gradually migrated to the land that is now Thailand. There are various hypotheses about the origin of the Thai people, one of which links the Thai people to the massive migration after the collapse of the Dali Kingdom in Yunnan in the 13th century, which has been proven incorrect. Linguistic studies indicate that the origin of the ancient Thai people lies in the present-day Guangxi-Guizhou border area, where the Jung and Buyei people still live. Around the 8th–10th centuries, they began to migrate south into what is now northern Laos and Chang Seng via Muang, then now Muang Than, Dien Bien Phu, Vietnam, then spread down to the Chao Phraya River Delta. In their new land, the Thai people drove out the indigenous peoples, such as the Mon and Khmer, the ancestors of today's Khmer people. At the same time, the Thai people also assimilated the cultural and religious lifestyle with the Mon and Khmer people, especially accepting Indian Buddhism from the indigenous people. Cambodia, officially known as the Kingdom of Cambodia, is a sovereign state in the Indochina Peninsula in Southeast Asia. Cambodia borders the Gulf of Thailand to the southwest, Thailand to the northwest, Laos to the northeast, and Vietnam to the east. In 2024, Cambodia had a population of over 17 million people. The capital and largest city of Cambodia is Phnom Penh. In 802, Jayavarman II proclaimed himself king, uniting the Khmer princes who were fighting in Chenla. Under the name Kambuya, Jayavarman II declared independence from Java in the Kulen Mountains. This marked the beginning of the Khmer Empire, which would flourish for over 600 years, allowing successive kings to control and influence much of Southeast Asia and amass enormous power and wealth. The Indian Ocean Kingdom facilitated the spread of Hinduism and Buddhism to much of Southeast Asia and built numerous religious monuments throughout the region, including over 1,000 temples and monuments in Angkor. Angkor Wat is the most famous of these and is a World Heritage Site. Angkor period and the rise of Siam. In the 9th century, the Khmer Empire of Angkor flourished with architectural wonders such as Angkor Wat. However, from the 13th century, the Kingdom of Siam began to rise. After a series of conflicts, Siam captured the capital of Angkor in 1431, opening the chain of decline of ancient Cambodia. During the Angkor period, 80 to 15th century, the conflict between Siam present-day Thailand and Cambodia ancient Chenla was part of a complex and turbulent history. This period saw the rise and decline of the Khmer Empire, as well as the rise of new kingdoms in the region, especially Siam. The conflicts were mainly due to disputes over territory, power and influence, often leading to war and changes in borders. The causes of conflict varied. The Khmer Empire expanded its territory, while new kingdoms emerged in the region, especially Siam, to expand their influence and control fertile lands. The conflicts also stemmed from the struggle for power and influence between kingdoms. The Khmer Empire, although powerful, also faced competition from neighboring kingdoms. The weakening of the Khmer Empire from the 13th century onwards created opportunities for other kingdoms, especially Siam, to attack and invade their territories. The course of the conflict, from the 12th century, conflicts between the Khmer and Siam began to occur more frequently. 14th century, Siamese kingdoms such as Sukhothai and Ayutthaya began to rise, putting great pressure on the Khmer Empire. 15th century, Ayutthaya attacked and captured Angkor, the capital of the Khmer Empire, marking the end of the Angkorian period and the decline of the Khmer Empire. Results of this period of conflict. The constant conflicts weakened the Khmer Empire, leading to a gradual loss of territory and power. Siamese kingdoms such as Sukhothai and Ayutthaya took advantage of the opportunity to expand their territory and influence, becoming the dominant powers in the region. The conflicts led to changes in borders and the formation of new states, affecting the geopolitics of the Southeast Asian region. Ayutthaya period Cambodia was sandwiched between Siam and Vietnam. In the centuries that followed, Cambodia became a contested land between Siam and Dai Viet. Proxy wars, civil wars, and military interventions caused Cambodia to constantly change kings and gradually lose territory. General context of the war. After the Angkor period, Cambodia entered a period of serious political, military, and economic decline. The Ayutthaya dynasty of Siam 135–11767 emerged as a strong force in the west, while Dai Viet La Trinh Nguyen dynasties increasingly expanded to the south. Cambodia was caught between two great powers, often becoming a battlefield for influence. The decline of Cambodia. After the Angkor period in 1431, the Siamese army Ayutthaya captured Angkor Thom, forcing the Khmer to retreat south and move the capital to Longvek. This event marked the end of the peak period of Angkor civilization and the beginning of the period of dependence. Competition between Siam and Vietnam. In the 15th–17th centuries, Siam continuously carried out conquests to control Cambodia. Siam placed a vassal king on the Cambodian throne, forcing Cambodia to pay tribute and send people, elephants, and products. At times, many Cambodian princes had to go to Siam as hostages. Meanwhile, Dai Viet, especially Lord Nguyen from the 17th century, began to expand to the south, occupied and controlled the southern land of Chenla, especially the Prey Nokor area, Saigon, and the Mekong Delta today. Cambodia often asked Lord Nguyen for help to confront Siam, but from then on gradually fell under the influence of Vietnam. Cambodia became a stage for proxy wars from the late 17th to early 18th centuries. Pro-Siamese and pro-Vietnamese factions vied for power at the Cambodian court. At times, two kings simultaneously proclaimed themselves king, each backed by a great power. Many bloody battles between Siamese and Vietnamese troops occurred right on Cambodian soil, causing the country to be exhausted and gradually lose its sovereignty. The peak of intervention, 1717–1718, Siam and Lord Nguyen sent troops into Cambodia in a series of direct conflicts, such as the battle in Phnom Penh. Siam and Vietnam both installed puppet kings to manipulate Cambodian politics. Cambodia lost its autonomy, becoming a vassal state and an intermediate battlefield between the two great powers. Consequence of Proton weakness led to a gradual loss of territory, especially the south, to Dai Viet. Cultural and social decline, economic disintegration, population decline, leading to a situation where Cambodia no longer has enough military and political forces to defend itself. French colonial period and territorial cession. In the 19th century, France began to intervene in Indochina. Under diplomatic and military pressure, Siam was forced to cede many lands it had occupied from the Khmer, such as Battambang, Siem Reap, etc. This was the underlying cause of modern disputes between the two countries. Historical context. From the second half of the 19th century, Western countries, especially France and England, began to expand their influence in Southeast Asia. France occupied Cochinchina in 1862, then expanded its control to the whole of Vietnam and Cambodia. Cambodia became a French protectorate in 1863, ending the period when Siam and Vietnam competed for influence. Meanwhile, Siam tried to maintain its independence through a policy of balanced diplomacy with the great powers, but still had ambitions for Cambodian territory. Before the French arrived, Siam had occupied many areas of Cambodia, such as Batambangsim Riapsafonthis areas were administered by Siam as official territory, levied taxes, appointed Siamese officials, and forced the Khmer to follow Siamese culture. After establishing control over Cambodia, France demanded that Siam return the occupied territories, especially Battambang and Siem Reap. However, Siam refused on the grounds that these areas had belonged to Siam for a long time. 1893, Franco-Siamese Chrysophrance and Siam clashed militarily in Laos, with France supporting Lao warlords against Siam. In July 1893, France sent warships into Bangkok, threatening to open fire if Siam did not make concessions. Siam was forced to sign the Franco-Siamese Treaty of 1893, which abandoned the lands east of the Mekong River, mostly present-day Laos, accepted a demilitarized buffer zone west of the Mekong. Although not Cambodian territory, this event demonstrated France's increasing pressure on Siam. After many years of negotiation and pressure, finally, on March 23, 1907, Siam and France signed the Treaty of Territorial Restitution, which Siam returned Battambang, Siem Reap, and Sisophon to Cambodia under French rule. In return, France ceded to Siam the Chantaburi and Trat regions, now part of Thailand. This was a major turning point in the restoration of traditional Cambodian territory under French protection. The French considered this historical justice for the Khmer people, while Siam considered it a sacrifice to protect national independence. Consequences and legacies of the war. Cambodia was temporarily freed from military pressure from Siam, but became completely dependent on France. Siam lost its influence in Cambodia, but maintained its independence and began modernizing reforms to avoid the fate of being colonized. The disputed lands still left lasting legacy, especially the Preah Vihear Temple, which later became the focus of tension. The Thai-French War and the Cold War era. In 1940, Thailand took advantage of World War II to declare war on France in order to reclaim Cambodian territory. Although Thailand won a few battles, it was later forced to return the land. During the Cold War, Cambodia became a battlefield for ideological conflicts, while Thailand was an ally of the United States. The two countries' borders were often contested. General context: 20th century. After escaping French rule, 1953, Cambodia regained its independence, but the political situation remained unstable. Thailand became a close ally of the United States, while Cambodia switched from neutrality to pro-China anti-US under Pol Pot. The Vietnam War, the Khmer Rouge incident, and later the Vietnam-Cambodia border war complicated the situation in the region. The Thai-Cambodia border became a hot spot, where both direct conflicts and proxy wars took place. Khmer Rouge period 1975-1979, indirect tension after Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge took over Phnom Penh 1975. Cambodia became an extremist regime, opposing both Vietnam and the West. Thailand was initially cautious, but later allowed Khmer Rouge forces to seek refuge, train, and operate along the Thai border after being defeated by Vietnam. During this period, there were many small-scale gunfights between Khmer Rouge troops who fled to Thailand and pro-Vietnamese Cambodian troops. Thailand allowed the US and China to supply weapons to the Khmer Rouge through Thai territory, becoming an indirect party in the Vietnam-Cambodia conflict. Thai-Cambodia Border War 1979-1989. After Vietnam overthrew the Khmer Rouge and established the new Cambodian government pre-C, tens of thousands of Khmer Rouge remnants fled to Thailand. Thailand, worried about the influence of Vietnam and the Soviet Union, do not recognize the new Cambodian government, support the alliance of three opposition factions, Khmer Rouge, Phon Pek Sihanouk, and Khenpelf Son San, continue to fight with Vietnamese Cambodian troops from the Thai border. War situation. Military conflicts broke out continuously along the Thai-Cambodian border, especially in the provinces, Iraniaprathet Trat Sorin. There were times when Vietnamese troops chased Khmer Rouge troops across the border, causing clashes with the Thai army. Thailand established Khmer Rouge refugee camps, and at the same time became a base for anti-communist forces backed by the US. Modern Priya Vihir temple dispute. One of the most prominent recent conflicts is the dispute over the Priya Vihir temple. Although the International Court of Justice ruled in 1962 that the temple belonged to Cambodia, Thailand did not recognize the surrounding land. From 2008 to 2011, there were many gun battles between the two countries' armies, killing dozens of people. Priya Vihir border conflict 1954-1962, and later about the Priya Vihir temple. It is an ancient Hindu temple belonging to the Khmer dynasty, located close to the border between Thailand and Cambodia. In 1904, France drew a border map, placing the temple in Cambodian territory. Thailand protested, claiming that the temple was on Thai soil. 1962 ruling International Court of Justice ICJ. The ICJ declared the Priya Vihir temple to belong to Cambodia. Thailand protested strongly, but eventually agreed to withdraw its troops. Resurgence of the Priya Vihir conflict 2008-2011. After the Priya Vihir temple was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 2008, Thailand protested again, fearing that Cambodia would control the border area. From 2008 to 2011, there were many artillery battles and bloody clashes in the area around the temple. Both sides blamed each other for opening fire first. The fighting killed dozens of soldiers and displaced thousands of civilians. ASEAN and the UN intervened diplomatically, demanding that both sides withdraw their troops and resolve the matter peacefully. War tension in 2025. Causes of the war. In addition to historical factors, the internal political situation in both countries also played a significant role in the outbreak of conflict. In Thailand, the 2024 general election resulted in a weak coalition government led by the Pheu Thai Party, which was held back by royalist factions increasingly influenced by the military. Thailand's political situation is divided, and issues beyond the border have become an effective tool to shift public opinion, stir up nationalism, and create opportunities for the military to increase its voice. The political crisis surrounding the relationship between Ms. Paetongtarn and Mr. Hun Sen has gone beyond the personal sphere, becoming a lever for opposition parties in Thailand to exert pressure on the government. In that context, choosing a tough response to Cambodia is not only foreign policy, but also serves the need to preserve internal prestige. On the other hand, Cambodia is entering a period of important political transition when former Prime Minister Hun Sen hands over the country's leadership to his son and retires to the role of President of the Senate. Although Prime Minister Hun Manet has a solid training background and has held many positions in the military, he still faces significant challenges in terms of skepticism about his leadership ability from veteran officials and young people hoping for institutional reform. In this context, asserting power and consolidating domestic support requires the new government to demonstrate a tough stance, including in foreign policy. Tough statements against what are considered provocative actions from Thailand can become a political tool for Prime Minister Hun Manet to demonstrate his leadership ability, while reassuring conservatives who still question Hun Sen's succession. Leaked call. In the leaked call, Paetongtarn Shinawatra called a senior Thai military officer an opponent and agreed to Hun Sen's demands. The 9-minute recording, which was released online on June 18, shows Paetongtarn speaking to Hun Sen through an interpreter on June 15. The two leaders exchanged pleasantries before discussing border tensions. In the recording, Paetongtarn urges Hun Sen not to pay too much attention to statements by Lieutenant General Bunsen Podklang, commander of Thailand's 2nd Military Region. Bunsen Podklang publicly declared that Thailand was ready to fight, a comment that is believed to have angered Hun Sen. Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra listens to reporters' questions at Government House on June 18. Photo. Thai Government House. According to the Khmer Times, Ms. Paetongtarn said in the recording, "I don't want you to listen to our opponents, like the commander of Military Region 2, because he is on the opposing side." After hearing what he said, I don't want you to be angry or disappointed because that is not our intention. He wants to appear smart. So what he said is not beneficial to the country. We want peace like before the border clash. Speaking at an emergency press conference on June 18, alongside Defense Minister Phumtham Wekaiachi and Secretary General Praman Lertsaridit, Ms. Pitangtarn confirmed the authenticity of the recording and defended her statements as part of an informal peace effort. I tried to appease Mr. Hun Sen by approaching him informally in a private conversation. I felt that I had the goal of maintaining national peace. I used gentle words, she said. She also confirmed that she often called Mr. Hun Sen uncle in their informal discussions. However, she expressed disappointment at the leak, saying Mr. Hun Sen had breached trust and the confidentiality of diplomatic communications. The relationship must change now. There will be no more private conversations between me and Mr. Hun Sen, Pitangtarn said. The Khmer Times reported that Mr. Hun Sen denied the leak, saying he had only shared it with 80 domestic officials. He said he wanted to avoid any misunderstandings and would provide the Thai authorities with the entire recording of the conversation. In response to the leak, the Bumjithai Party announced its withdrawal from the Thai coalition government and called on Prime Minister Pitangtarn Shinawatra to take responsibility for statements in the leaked audio recording that threatened confidence in her leadership. According to the Bangkok Post, the statement said the Bumjithai Party would join the entire Thai people in supporting the military and officials to protect Thailand's sovereignty, territorial integrity, and interests by all means. The Thai news agency Na quoted the Bumjithai Party as saying that all 8 of its ministers had submitted their resignations, effective June 19. Bumjithai is the second largest party in the Thai coalition government. From tension to armed conflict. Tensions began to emerge at the beginning of the year when, on February 13, a group of Cambodians sang the national anthem at the Ta Mon Tam Temple area, causing a strong reaction from Thailand, escalating diplomatic tensions. A week later, the Thai military sent a diplomatic note asking Cambodia not to repeat similar behavior. On May 28, a Cambodian soldier was killed in a gunfight in the Chong Bok village area bordering Thailand's Ubon Ratchathani province. This was considered the first large-scale conflict of the year, causing both sides to simultaneously raise the alert level and mobilize more forces to the disputed border area. In that context, bilateral negotiations through the Joint Border Committee were stalled, especially when Cambodia unilaterally removed some disputed areas from the negotiation roadmap. This move was assessed by Thailand as violating the principle of goodwill dialogue, pushing the détente process into a deadlock. The series of retaliatory moves quickly spread across many areas. On June 22, Prime Minister Hun Manet announced the permanent closure of 2 border gates with Thailand, in response to the Thai military's repeated unilateral border closures. On the internet, boycott campaigns against the other side were launched simultaneously, contributing to the rise of xenophobia in public opinion of both countries. Senate President Hun Sen called on all armed forces to maintain a high level of alert 24/7, ready to respond and protect the country if any violations were detected. Tensions became more serious after a phone recording between Thai Prime Minister Pitangtarn and Mr. Hun Sen was leaked, causing outrage among the Thai public because they believed that Ms. Pitangtarn had damaged national sovereignty. This final straw quickly amplified into mutual distrust between the two governments and was a strong catalyst for activating nationalism on both sides. In Thailand, opposition parties have used the wave of anger to exert political pressure to pave the way for the military to return to power. In Cambodia, the Hun Manet administration has been forced to make tough statements to appease domestic public opinion, while increasing its military presence in the border area as a signal of uncompromising conduct. In early July, the Thai-Cambodian border in Otter Meanchey Province, Cambodia, bordering Surin, Thailand, became a security hotspot when armed clashes broke out between border guards of the two countries. The initial cause was determined to be a dispute over border control in the undefined protected forest area, along with Thailand stepping up patrols and expanding border control fences, which Cambodia considered illegal intrusions. The climax leading to the conflict broke out on July 23, 2025, when fierce fighting broke out in the border area near Ta Mon Temple. The situation escalated in less than 6 hours, with both Cambodian and Thai troops deploying heavy weapons. Thailand accused Cambodia of shelling residential areas, killing 12 people, and then deployed F-16 fighter jets to attack military targets across the border in retaliation. Please click subscribe to continue watching the next videos. Hello everyone.